Hey class, happy Monday. All right, so today we're gonna go over how to make your own scoop at home. Okay, so this won't only be useful for the unit that we're going over right now, which is bleach ball, but also this can be useful throughout our time in quarantine where we don't have a lot of supplies at home. We can make something to use at home and we can play games with family and friends. It's just a fun thing to do. All right, so this is a bleach ball scoop. All right, you can see this one's a little beat up. It's been used for a while throughout the years. And this one was made out of a Clorox bottle, okay? And the main thing you wanna do when you're looking for a container to use to make a scoop is make sure that it has a handle, all right? And then it's gonna be easier to cut through, all right? So we'll talk about the things that you need. All right, so you're gonna need some sort of container, all right? This one is a cleaner degreaser. It's a little bit smaller than the Clorox, but as you can see, it has a handle, so when I go to cut it, I can still make a scoop out of it. You could also use things like a milk jug, some sort of juice jug, a gallon. If you have Clorox or some sort of cleaner, just make sure that you clean it out completely first and then let it dry, all right, so that when you're going to cut it and things like that, you're not making a mess wherever you're making it, okay? Also, you're gonna need some scissors, all right? So I have two different types of scissors here. To cut through the bottle. Some bottles that you go through or containers that you use might be a little thicker than others. All right, so depending on the one you choose, depends on how sharp the scissors you need or something like that. For the cutting process, make sure you have a family member with you to make it a little easier and be safe and take your time. All right, because like I said, it can be kind of hard to cut through these. All right. Some tape as well. So I have some duct tape here, some decorative duct tape. All right. And it's going to go on the edge because after I cut it, it's going to be a little bit sharp, and we want to make sure that we're being safe, so we want to cover it with some duct tape. Also, it will save it and won't wear down as much. We can always just replace the duct tape. And the last thing, when you're done with it, you just need an item to be able to throw around. All right, so you could use any type of ball you have at home. If you have dogs or cats, and they have little toys, you can use those as well. One's a little smaller. Right, or you could just use a little bean bag, so there's a little strawberry, you can use that, all right, and then you can throw that and toss that back and forth and play games with someone at home, all right, and then in bleach ball they use a pickleball or a wiffle ball, all right, so that's what we would be using if you have that, okay, so those are the items. So the first thing, like I said, you need to get a container, make sure you clean it out, let it dry as well. All right, this was a degreaser, so when I'm cutting it, if it wasn't cleaned out, it'd be getting all over the table. Wouldn't want that. All right, so I cleaned it out, I washed it out with some water, then I let it kind of dry overnight, and it's pretty dry now, so this is what we're gonna be using, all right? So when we are cutting this, you want to have the handle on top, all right? So we're gonna be cutting at an angle. So as you can see for this one, our handle's on top, right? And we're cutting kind of at an angle up from the handle up to the edge. And that will give us a better of a scoop, right? When we go to make it, we don't want to cut straight across because we don't really have a scoop, right? It'll be a lot harder to use as well because the area to catch the item is going to be a lot smaller. So we want to cut an angle. So I'm going to cut from right above the handle. I'm going to go up to this corner, and that'll give me a good angle, kind of a scoop-like form, right? So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna use your scissors. I have these really big scissors here. And you're gonna do your best to cut a hole through, right, in one spot with scissors. And then you're gonna cut an angle all the way down to the other side. And as you can see, it's pretty hard, right, to use. So if you don't have really sharp scissors, then it's gonna be a little tough. Right? But these ones are working a little better, and it's gonna take some time. And then also, if you have an adult or a family member with you at home and you're able to use maybe a kind of cutting knife, then that might help out a little more as you cut through this. All right, but remember to be safe as we cut through our container. This is a pretty big degreaser, so it is a pretty sturdy bottle. As you can see, I'm making some progress as I go through. And then you're gonna cut straight across on the top, right in front of the handle. And then just connect it on the other side. just like that. I got a scoop already, right? Throw that piece away, all right? Now that I have this, you can see the edges are really kind of sharp and rough as we go through, all right? So I'm gonna use this tape to cover these edges on the side so that when I'm using it, I'm not worried about scratching myself or getting cut or anything like that. All right, and this was a little bit smaller container, so it's not as deep, all right? But as you can see, even the big ball will fit in there. All right, so now I'm gonna get this tape and I'm gonna take off a little piece, start covering the edges with it on each side. All the way around, all right? Go all the way around. A nice blue and orange zebra tape. Gotta show some style in your scoop as well. Gonna cover the edges as we go through. Take your time with this. I'm going pretty fast just because I don't want to make this video too long. So take your time, make it look nice. Almost done. One more piece. Alrighty, now I got a scoop, right? So now I can go and practice my bleach ball skills. Remember, use any ball, practice catching, hand-eye coordination. You can use any type of item, small, wiffle ball, little cat toy or dog toy, strawberry beanbag as we go through, all right? Just figure out what you have at home, try it out, all right? After you make your own scoop, send me a picture over, post it in our Padlet that we're gonna have on there. So post it on there, share with your classmates the scoop that you made. I'm looking forward to seeing all the scoops. All right, have a great rest of your day.